The Great Adventure of Leo and the Enchanted Forest. In the quiet village of Willowbrook, nestled between rolling hills and a dense forest, lived a curious boy named Leo. Leo was not like other kids. He loved solving puzzles and taking on challenges. His room was filled with books, maps, and mysterious objects he'd collected from his adventures. But Leo's greatest dream was to explore the Enchanted Forest, a place surrounded by legends and tales of magic. The villagers warned everyone to stay away. They said the forest was alive, filled with talking trees, mischievous creatures, and challenges that only the bravest could overcome. Leo, however, wasn't scared. He saw the forest not as a danger but as a giant puzzle waiting to be solved. One sunny morning, armed with his trusty backpack, compass, and a notebook for clues, Leo decided it was time. As he approached the forest's edge, a soft breeze rustled the leaves, almost as if the forest was whispering, "Are you ready?" Taking a deep breath, Leo stepped in. Challenge 1. The Riddle of the Talking Tree. Not long after entering, Leo heard a deep voice. "Who dares to enter my domain?" A massive oak tree stood before him, its face carved into its bark, eyes blinking slowly. "I'm Leo," he said, standing tall. "I've come to explore the forest." The tree chuckled. "If you wish to go further, solve my riddle, fail, and you must turn back." Leo nodded, eager to try. The tree began. "I speak without a mouth and hear without ears. I have nobody, but I come alive with wind. What am I?" Leo scratched his head. He loved riddles, but this one made him think hard. He closed his eyes and pictured the words, "Speak without a mouth, hear without ears, wind." Suddenly, he smiled. "An echo," Leo exclaimed. The tree's face lit up with a grin. "Well done, young one. You may pass, but remember, the forest's challenges will only grow tougher." The tree's branches parted, revealing a winding path. Challenge 2. The Mischievous Squirrel's Maze. As Leo ventured deeper, he came across a clearing where a tiny squirrel with a shiny golden acorn in its paws sat on a tree stump. The squirrel looked up at Leo and said, "If you want to continue, you must find your way through my maze." Before Leo could respond, the ground beneath him shifted, and he found himself in the middle of a giant hedge maze. The walls were tall, covered in vines, and the paths twisted and turned endlessly. Leo knew he had to stay calm. He took out his notebook and began drawing a map of the paths he'd taken. He marked every turn and dead end. As he worked, he noticed strange markings on the walls, arrows, stars, and circles. Suddenly, he remembered something he'd read in a book. "Follow the stars to find your way." He began searching for the star symbols and realized they formed a trail. With his map and sharp observation skills, Leo found his way out of the maze. The squirrel was waiting for him, clapping its tiny paws. "You're smarter than you look," it said with a cheeky grin, tossing him the golden acorn. "You'll need this for the next challenge." Leo caught the acorn, wondering what it was for, and continued on his journey. Challenge 3. The River of Choices. Soon, Leo reached a wide, sparkling river. It was beautiful, but there was no bridge or boat in sight. As he stood on the riverbank, a voice echoed, "To cross the river, you must choose the correct path." 3 stepping stone paths appeared, leading across the water. One was made of wood, another of stone, and the last of ice. Leo thought carefully. The wooden path looked weak, and the ice path might melt. "Stone is the strongest," he decided, stepping onto it. But as he moved forward, the stones began to sink. He quickly leapt back, realizing his mistake. He studied the paths again and noticed something. The golden acorn in his pocket shimmered and seemed to glow when he faced the ice path. "It's a clue," he thought. Trusting the acorn, Leo stepped onto the ice. To his surprise, it didn't melt or crack. Carefully, he crossed the river. On the other side, a shimmering fish appeared, its scales sparkling like diamonds. "You chose wisely," the fish said. "Remember, not everything is as it seems." Challenge 4. The Final Puzzle of the Crystal Cave. Leo's journey led him to a dark cave. Inside, the walls sparkled with crystals of every color, lighting up the cave like a starry sky. At the center of the cave was a pedestal with a strange box on top. The box had 5 slots, and next to it were 5 differently shaped keys. A message was carved into the pedestal. To unlock the treasure, place the keys in the correct order. Look to the crystals for the answer. Leo studied the keys and the glowing crystals around him. Each crystal had a different shape, matching the keys. But what was the order? He noticed that the crystals were shining in a sequence: red, blue, green, yellow, purple. That must be it, he thought. He placed the keys in the order of the colors. As soon as he placed the final key, the box clicked open. Inside was a golden compass, its needle spinning wildly before pointing to a hidden door at the back of the cave. The reward: the door led Leo to a breathtaking meadow filled with flowers, sparkling streams, and creatures he'd only read about in books. A majestic deer with antlers made of light approached him. "You've proven yourself brave, clever, and kind," the deer said. "The forest recognizes you as a true adventurer. This compass will guide you to other magical places, but remember, the greatest adventures are the ones that challenge your heart and mind." Leo smiled, holding the compass close. He had entered the forest looking for puzzles but left with something greater: the knowledge that challenges, though difficult, could lead to incredible rewards. From that day on, Leo became the bravest explorer in Willowbrook, sharing his tales and inspiring others to embrace challenges and never stop learning. And as for the Enchanted Forest, it remained a place of wonder, waiting for the next curious soul to take on its challenges. The end.